Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be talking about surprise Battlegrounds. What is happening with the Battlegrounds season rewards, Battlegrounds Alliance event rewards, Battlegrounds solo event rewards, and also compensation, and what do you guys think and or feel about it. So first things first, Battlegrounds rewards are going to take a few days according to them. I think in Kabam language, few days typically means probably around, I don't know, 4 days or so. So we can expect them later towards the end of the week, I would say. Battlegrounds rewards will be coming out in a few days. We need to take some time to remove people that cheated manually, and that's not a quick process. We'll work to get them out ASAP. And another post is, I know you have been grinding for a while, but we have just been asking for a little more patience. It takes quite some time to wet our list, and we want to take time to ensure that we are doing this as fast as we can, while taking our time also to ensure that we are as accurate as can be. This is not easy, and it is meticulous. While some might be obvious, others might require more nuance. And ultimately, you know, on a personal level, I cannot speak, and I do not speak for everybody. I am fine with that. I don't mind them taking a couple of days to send out the rewards if that means that people who modded, people who cheated, do not get any. Simple as that. I'd much rather them take a couple of days time, and people who do not deserve the rewards that they you know, placed with unscrupulous means, they don't get them. And I am perfectly fine with that if that happens. And here is the big caveat. Don't mind waiting if Kabam does a good job. If it is like it was previous time around, where we had to wait for days in and days out to get the rewards, and, you know, every cheater under the sun still got their rewards and still remained, like, you know, on leaderboards and stuff like that, then obviously that is not quite acceptable. So provided that, and this is a big leap of faith considering we're talking about Kabam here, provided that they actually do go through that list properly and take out majority of the cheaters, I am personally perfectly fine with the rewards taking some time. Now, I'm fully willing to accept that not all of you are of the same mind, that not all of you care, and that there are plenty of you who just want it now, and stomp your feet. And that's fine. If you want to feel like that, I do not speak for you. I do not try to speak for you. If you want your rewards right now, then you can go and voice your opinion wherever you please. I'm not going to try and stop you. That is not the opinion that I hold. They can take a week for all I care, if that means that people who should not be getting these amazing Battleground rewards do not get them. Additionally, we do have to speak about compensation. And here, again, I have to be very careful choosing my words. So let's first of all break down the post. So due to an issue still under investigation, Season 2 of Battlegrounds ended 12 hours earlier than expected. Unfortunately, we cannot extend already concluded season without potentially risking other significant issues. To make up for this, we will be giving out all players a package of Elders Marks, Trophy Tokens, and Victory Shields as an apology when the next season starts. We're very sorry for this issue, and we're working to ensure that this does not happen in future. So here, I think with this post, we're going to have three distinct groups. Number one are the people who had done their final pushes. I think they typically would be kind of like within North or South America, people who got to play the final day and they kind of went to bed, you know, pretty much just before the game went down. And then there are kind of like people in Europe who just completely missed out on the final day. So we need to recognize that depending on where you live and what your schedule looks like and what your time zones are, this affected people completely differently. And obviously there's not much Kabam can do about it, but it will often be the basis on how you feel about this entire situation. Because if you are living in States, and if you got to play the last day of Battlegrounds basically till, you know, about the time that you went to bed, and then the next day you had to go to school, or you had to go to work, or you had your plans anyways, and you weren't planning on playing much as is, and you are content with where you finished, obviously you're going to be super happy. You basically get compensation for nothing. Because, yeah, if you weren't going to play that last day anyways, and you managed to get in the last rounds just before the game went down, you know, perfect for you. You will be extremely happy with this situation. No problems there. And then obviously there will be people who did in fact count on these 12 hours, either due to their personal schedules or just purely out of coincidence how the time zones aligned, such as myself, for instance. And obviously I'm still in a mind where this is a problem where a sorry and a compensation just doesn't quite cut it. You want from Kabam consistency, you want for these things not to happen, and there's always going to be some sort of white knight, oh, it's a mistake, you can't do anything about it now. Well, the problem is that the mistakes happen every day. And that is what is so enraging. This isn't a first-time issue. There is a problem with every other Alliance War season, there was a problem with Season 1 of Battlegrounds, and there constantly are these problems, and that is something that Kabam has to address. All of these, you know, surface-level sorries or even compensation packages in my case, I don't care, and I do not again want to sound arrogant or elitist about this topic in any way. I am fully willing to accept that had I played the last 12 hours, might have, you know, dropped a tier and gotten less rewards than I get right now. But what I do care about the most is the fact that I did not have the opportunity to finish out my season and find out where I would have placed. Somebody that plays relatively high tier, that is more important than a potential small compensation package with Elder's Marks, trophy tokens, and victory shields. Speaking of whom, victory shields, again, is an item that some people use, and it is perfectly fine, and I think there is a place for them. There is a reason why they exist, and they can be helpful for some players. But including an item like victory shields in a generic compensation package is kind of stupid, because there are plenty of people who have never used a single victory shield, who don't need victory shields, who don't want victory shields, so why force them on? Kind of like sending out XP boosts to level 60 accounts. Why? What you can activate it, but you know, it doesn't matter. Like, and that's another one of those things where yeah, it's like in a generic compensation package, I don't think victory shield should have been included. You'd rather give more Elder's Marks and trophy tokens and no victory shields, I would argue. Because I do understand that there will be people who are happy to receive them, without a doubt. And if you are one of those people, I am not trying to kind of like backtalk you and saying that it's a shit thing that you really need or want those items. But what I am saying is that there will be plenty of people who don't want, need, desire, require these victory shields, and adding them into a generic compensation package also seems it's kind of silly in a sense. Again, sending out XP boosts to level 60 accounts, that's pretty much the same thing. Anyways, all that put together, obviously compensation is better than no compensation, but in cases like this, it's not about compensation, it's about the initial issue in itself, and that is something Kabam, you know, evidently can't really rectify. So there will be people who are absolutely ecstatic or happy or just generally pleased that effectively they get free compensation even though they were pretty much not affected at all. And there will be people who, you know, still have a sour taste in their mouth, like myself. And I do, and I'm not going to hide it. Kabam can offer 10 compensations or make that compensation, you know, 10 times larger, and they still cannot give back those last 12 hours for competitive players to kind of try and prove their worth. And giving some extra trophy tokens does not equal to see your name in top 3, for instance, on the leaderboard or anything like that. And it's just completely different type of value, so to speak. But at the same time, if you love this compensation, if you enjoy it, you know, perfect for you, and all the power to you. So ultimately, that is the situation with Battlegrounds. Also, last thing that I want to point out is that be very, very careful with the wording when you are expecting this compensation, because they specifically say, as an apology when the next season starts. So do not expect this compensation to come within the next couple of days either. It is more than likely that you're going to get it next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, when the next season starts, which is going to be following Monday. And so it looks like we're all going to have to wait at least a couple of days, which, you know, couple would be 2. So we would expect earliest the rewards on Wednesday. Realistically, I would probably expect them on Thursday, Friday. And then on following Monday, we have this Battlegrounds compensation, which, you know, the sooner the better. But again, with the rank rewards, I am personally perfectly fine. Kabam taking as much time as they need to weed out all the cheaters. And also, you know, keep cracking down on them, make sure that they are all banned, because one thing that definitely got revealed in last couple days of Battlegrounds was that modder and cheater activity increased exponentially, whereas like a week before end of season 2 we had no modders in top 10. Then, you know, 5 days before end of the season 2 we had 1 or 2 modders in top 10, and then in the end there was just a whole plethora of modders in top 100, and again just kind of sprawled out of nowhere for the final rush. So whoever is in charge of catching these cheaters definitely, you know, needs to be prepared to sleep in the office within last 3 days of any given Battlegrounds season at the moment, I suspect. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys later. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about